Welcome to our viewers worldwide to this special edition of CNN Student News. I'm Carl Azus at the CNN Center. Our network turns 35 years old today. And what we're doing today and tomorrow is looking back at some of the major news stories that have made headlines and history since 1980. Teachers, as always, we encourage you to preview this show. It contains images of some of the most tragic stories CNN has covered.
I dedicate the cable news network.
Good evening, I'm David Walker.
And I'm Lois Hart. Now here's the news.
Approximately 4 shots were fired at the president.
Mike Genoy, CNN, Beijing.
The skies over Baghdad have been illuminated.
This is one pocket of turmoil in the Egyptian capital.
Liftoff of the space shuttle mission.
Obviously a major malfunction.
I'm going to have to interrupt this call. Police believe that O.J. Simpson is in that car.
Quick, let's go.
Israeli officials say they're going to try to use restraint. You can see the people below, trapped on Sinjar Mountain.
I'm outside this pediatric hospital. Just take a look inside.
Some of these people have been waiting outside now for more than 3 days.
As far as we can see, under blue sky, it's totally level.
Princess Diana has died.
George Zimmerman not charged with anything in this case.
A third of the building has been blown away.
There has been a second explosion.
What normally would be the World Trade Center is no more.
The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
It's so rare that we get the cover stories that have a happy ending.
What is going on in Ferguson, Missouri, in downtown America?
Here come flashbangs and canisters coming right up at us.
CNN. CNN.
CNN. CNN.
What started as a child's innocent game turned into a child's terror in a marathon rescue effort to save her life.
When we found out the local station had a live trap, we jumped on it.
Little Jessica McClure was playing hide and seek. Jessica tumbled down a pipe and landed in a small area about a foot wide. She was trapped 20 feet underground.
She's upset and crying. As long as she's crying, we know that we have a chance.
It has gone frustratingly slow.
When we got there, I started knocking on doors, and I would say, I'm Tony Clark from CNN. We're here to cover the rescue attempt of Jessica McClure. I need your help. We're trying to shoot over the fence. Do you have a ladder that we could use? You knock on another door and say, I hate to ask you this, but can I use your phone? That was the day before cell phones.
Cameras and microphones have been dropped down. Jessica can be heard to call to her mother.
You could not widen the well that she was in, and you couldn't come in at an angle.
They drilled a shaft parallel to the one Jessica fell in.
So what you had to do is drill a parallel well that someone could get through.
The rescuers are making progress literally by inches.
It was scary.
For the second night, floodlights have lit the backyard.
As the hours went on, you thought the chances of her surviving were less and less.
A 2-inch hole was drilled into the cavern where Jessica McClure has been trapped since Wednesday.
They had sent a medical worker down who was going to recover. You could see the lines tightening, and so we knew it was going to happen.
We're expecting to see Jessica just any moment now.
She's alive, man. I was very fortunate during all of my years at CNN to cover a lot of interesting stories.
You can see the enthusiasm, you could hear the applause.
But this is one of those that is very special because it does have a happy ending.
The applause for the paramedic who had brought her up. People have worked very hard to come to a very happy ending. I'm Tony Clark, reporting live from Midland, Texas. Approaching Lockerbie about 7 o'clock.
of the whole sky that's open.
Witnesses on the ground say they do not see how anyone could have survived.
11,300,000 gallons of crude oil has spilled into the calm waters of Prince William Sound off of Alaska, 25 miles outside the Alaskan port city of Valdez.
A major earthquake registered between 6 and 7 on the Richter scale in the Bay Area. Game 3 of the World Series has been canceled.
The government has ordered us to shut down our facility. We are shutting down our facility.
Okay, we've heard the orders. We have our instructions from headquarters in Atlanta. Goodbye from Beijing.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
The events in East Germany are moving ever more swiftly.
After 27 years in prison, Nelson Mandela is now free.
An explosive development near the Persian Gulf.
There is no place for this sort of naked aggression in today's world.
The failure of the Geneva talks seems to have convinced the Pentagon that war is imminent.
I don't think that the world really accepted CNN until the first Gulf War. The president had laid down the gauntlet, and he basically gave us a window of when it was going to happen. So we had prepared everything for it. I recall that during this time of preparation, I'd wake up from my sleep about 3:30 in the morning, thinking, this is ridiculous. Planning to cover a war with television? It's unheard of.
It was very, very worrisome for all of us at CNN because we had producers in Baghdad. We have camera crews in Baghdad. We had 3 reporters. Bernie Shaw was there, John Holloman, Peter Arnett. They were all there. The management of CNN, Ted Turner and Tom Johnson, were under enormous pressure from General Colin Powell, from other U.S. officials, probably from the president. Get those guys out, because once the air war starts, we don't know if they're going to be okay.
But our responsibility is to our worldwide audience. We will stay, we will cover this war as best we can, and we will report on the war.
Military experts say a night air attack is the likely scenario for the start of any fighting.
Moments ago, before that night, I was at the Pentagon. I had a chance to see 2 very senior Pentagon officials almost running through the halls, going up. They couldn't say when this was going to begin because that could endanger U.S. troops.
It was shortly past midnight, Baghdad time, and I was walking past the open window, and coming down from the sky, the black sky, looked like silver paper. I knew instantly what it was. It was chaff, radar jamming chaff.
Tonight, the battle has been joined.
I was walking by the control room and I could hear the commotion. I walked in and there it was.
Our team in Baghdad was restricted. They weren't going to get much information. The only thing they could do is report what they were seeing.
But he doesn't show any signs of it.
We have to go to Baghdad, Secretary. We're going to Bernard Shaw in Baghdad.
This is...
Out of my mouth came the words,
something is happening outside. The skies over Baghdad have been illuminated. We're seeing bright flashes going off all over the sky.
The walls were shaking. The windows were vibrating. The concussions were blowing us against the wall. The Iraqis shut down CNN. They invoked censorship. So on Friday morning, we packed up and we started to leave Baghdad. News, especially television news, is logistics, logistics, logistics. You can go anywhere in the world to cover a news story.
Let's describe to our viewers what we're seeing.
But if you don't have the capability of getting that story out, there's no news.